I was right. That is all I have to say today for this massive wholesaling real estate win, this insane lawsuit, and what is going to be the biggest catalyst of wholesaling just growth and drive for you guys to start succeeding. Guys, I don't say this much, but today is a great day for wholesaling because today is going to be the day that is going to spark more calling, more texting, and more wholesaling deals than ever before. Guys, there is a massive court decision today that has pretty much killed the DNC list for wholesaling real estate. Now, I've said this lots of times, and I will continue to say this, right? Everyone said, Zach, what about cold calling the DNC list? The DNC list, the DNC list. And I always said, well, there's some pretty good court decisions that have basically protected us and showed us as wholesalers are fine. But there's never been a court decision that protected wholesalers and then went above and beyond to just cleanly define exactly why we can cold call, right? So, well, is it more or less? It's good. And I always said, there's some good cases that I've seen out here that really protected us, but there was nothing in stone from a extreme high level court, right? There's local courts and some small level federal courts. Well, this was the Court of Appeals, which every court decision we've had on wholesaling for TCPA has been here, but like the appeal court's like right here. Like you got to go. I'm pretty sure, and I have to look up, I'm pretty sure Supreme Court's just after that, but I got to look after the appeals court, but very high level court in Arizona. And this is district federal court, right? So TCPA is protected from federal. A lot of these were not federal court. So it was interesting, but basically like, Zach, what's going on? What's going on? Whoa. What are you talking about? Well, let me just tell you exactly. The DNC list is officially dead for wholesaling real estate. Woo! Let's go. And some insane things are coming down the line because of this. And this is basically going to give us pretty much the legal protections that we honestly have always needed in wholesaling. So we could start cold calling and doing deals. So I think this thing's going a little slow for some stupid reason. Hold on. There we go. I think we're a lot better now. Perfect. All right. Bet. So yeah, so we have a lot of good court decisions now that are just absolutely protecting us as wholesalers. And pretty much we have the legal green light to go out here and call as much as we want with as much legal protection. Like, I mean, I don't know what else I could say. This is one of the best days to be a wholesaler I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of people on the internet say that, TNC, cold calling is dead. Guys, the people that say cold calling is dead and everyone's saying texting is dead, well, today's a very, very bad day for them. I've seen a lot of people tell me cold calling is dead because TCPA, and they read it and I say, well, no, the law says this, and they say, no, I'm right. Well, we had one of the biggest lawyers and one of the biggest judges define this. And so let's talk about this. This is from National Law Review. And this is from TCPA firm and Troitman and Amon. So this is from an actual lawyer giving his opinion on how this court case went too. So pretty exciting. I do not want a wall map. All right, so let's break this all down. So this happened Friday, and pretty much what this says is buying activity versus selling activity. Court holds offers to buy houses are not telephone solicitations, and of course, they are not. This is a big win for wholesaling real estate. Guys, holy moly, big win for us here. And this pretty much gives everyone the green light to start calling as much as you want, as long as you're not a realtor. So what I'm going to do is, let me just tell you exactly what's going on, and then I'm going to get into the actual legal definitions because I believe you guys are actually smart. A lot of people think, a lot of wholesaling YouTubers, right? They feel like you're an idiot and you don't know anything, and I'm just going to talk down to you and just, give me money, stuff like that. But what I'm going to do today is actually just read you exactly what the court case says, because I think you're smart enough to understand this. And next time somebody goes out here and says, you're breaking the law by cold calling me. Guess what? If somebody, God forbid, knock on wood, tries to sue you for calling or texting, guess what happens? You can just bring this case up as case law, and boom, you're going to get the thing dismissed, most likely as long as you're not a realtor. So this is a massive win. So let's break it all down. So let's share this. So the court case, by the way, is called Coffee versus Fast Easy Offer. And pretty much what you have to know is a Keller Williams realtor / real estate investing wholesaling guy. Again, I'm not a lawyer. This is not law advice. Please speak to a lawyer. But this is an article written by a lawyer. And I'm just letting you know, I've been saying that someone's going to sue a wholesaler and it's going to go to federal court and the judge is going to protect us. Everyone said, no. Cold calling's dead. Cold calling's dead. I said, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. And this was not right. This was the federal appeals court in Arizona. So this is all federal case. So release the hounds. I like that one. But let's talk about it, okay? And we're going to also talk about the new iOS anti-screening laws. And that's a really fun one too. But all right, let's talk about it. Well, this matter because now this is the lawyer who wrote it. The lawyer's name is Eric Trotman. Okay, by the way, you can go, I give him all the credit. So this is just me reading what he said. Okay. This matter because folks really like to cold call property owners in an effort to buy their houses. But folks also really like to cold call FSPOs and expired listings. I think he meant for sale by owner, but okay. In an effort to list their properties, which is very different. So he's talking about the differences between calling someone to buy their house versus calling somebody to list their house, right? Now, let's break this all down. Well, in Coffee versus Fast Easy Offer, the court held calls have you given up on selling your property were not telephone solicitations because they did not offer to sell or rent anything to the call recipient. This is massive. Now, this is not about wholesaling. This is real estate agents are now allowed to call. So things are going to get a little crazy. Okay. So real estate agents technically can skirt around these laws now. So crazy stuff's about to happen, which basically means they're all going to have to buy X leads, get skip tracing. So I'm pretty excited about that. But hey, there we go. Okay. This happens for everyone. And so what used to happen was cold callers, right? They used to be able to call in wholesaling, no problem. I said, hey, TCPA should protect you, and no one ever got sued. And then this guy got sued for doing it, and he got protected from his lawyer. But guess what? As a real estate agent, right, if I call you and offer to list your property, I am promoting a good or service, which is illegal according to DNC law. Well, this took it a step further. Keller Williams, and I always said, well, what's going to happen here? Well, real estate agents used to cold call that were licensed and they were trying to wholesale it. They actually lost some court cases saying, hey, I knew you were trying to buy the house, which is technically legal, but hate to say it, you could have listed it like on the down low, so that was illegal. Well, this protects real estate agent wholesalers, and it also solidifies wholesalers, like guarantees. If you're not a real estate agent and you do it the right way, you can't, guys, you can just show this to a lawyer and you are not going to lose the lawsuit. Now, again, I don't think I'm actually legally allowed to say that. So you could lose the lawsuit, I guess, if you break the law. But guys, this is insane. I mean, this is pretty much, this gives the green light to any wholesaler. And so let's break it all down. I'm so excited. Let's go. Okay. So the court thoroughly analyzed the facts and law and determined the calls only. So this is so big for real estate agents too, but the calls only related to future selling activity by the plaintiff, not future buying activity. So if you are trying to see if they're looking to sell versus you looking to buy, there's a big difference. The fact that the caller would profit from the sale of the plaintiff's property was of no moment. The caller wanted to buy the property, not sell something to the plaintiff. Guys, oh, this is massive, massive. So this is what the court basically said, okay? The court is sympathetic to the plaintiff's skepticism regarding this buying or selling distinction, especially where the end result is the same. Defendants make money off plaintiff. It is true that constructing plaintiff's factual allegations in the most favorable light were plaintiff to argue to use FEO's fast, easy offer service to sell her house. Defendants would ultimately benefit from the effective fee deducted from the offer price. In that sense, basically, they're a realtor. The calls and texts might constitute solicitations in the colloquial sense of the word. But even if, in that hypothetical scenario, plaintiff did not make as much money as she might have made selling her home without their services, she would still be making money and not spending a cent on purchasing any goods or services from the defendants. This is important. Basically, if you didn't even use them, you'd be still making the same amount of money. The calls and texts, therefore, cannot constitute solicitations within the plain statutory meaning of the term. And it is this statutory meaning that must carry the day. Ooh! Ultimately, plaintiff's quarrel is with Congress, not with the solicitation. So the plaintiff needs to sue Congress to change the law, because the law clearly states right now we are protected. This court cannot rewrite what Congress wrote simply to make the outcome fair to the plaintiff. Ooh! Basically, the lawyer said, bro, if you're upset, that's a Congress issue. They need to change the law, because the law clearly is protecting you if you're looking to buy the house. If you're not promoting a good or service, even, I mean, from what I see here, even if you're a realtor, you should be good, right? This is insane. This is absolutely, I mean, guys, if you're a wholesaler, you have this is the most green light you could possibly get. Okay, let's keep going. Now, here's the fun part. Now, Keller Williams was involved in this transaction, the real estate brokerage, as the likely lead buyer, so people may get confused. The court did not hold a real estate agent can call a property owner to offer to list the property. This is very important. Still, you can't cold call a property owner and offer to list their house. That's a good or service. In this instant, the consumer is engaging in a buying activity. They are buying, help selling their property, right? Because technically you're selling something, right? Don't get it twisted. So I think this is all he wrote on there. This is all he wrote. Yeah, that's all he wrote on this. But pretty much what this means, from what I've seen, if you're a real estate agent, now, of course, I'm not going to tell you what to do as a real estate agent because I'm not a real estate agent, but it looks like here real estate agents are protected. Now, I have some lawyer people, and I did get a couple texts. That's why I took a second for this live stream. But pretty much this is absolutely insane. So if basically stating here, cold calling homeowners to buy a property is not a TCPA violation. They're not selling services. So as long as you don't offer a service and you're trying to do a clean purchase, you're pretty much good to go. This is absolutely insane. Let's see here. So the court focused on, so since the callers were proposing a purchase, no violations, even if you're a realtor. This is absolutely insane. Okay, this is absolutely insanity right here. Of course, if you go back and you actually want to look at the actual court case, here's what it looks like. So where is it right here? Let's see. Also, they sued Keller Williams. So apparently Keller Williams produced the lead, and this wholesaling real estate guy, I think, bought it. Let's go look at the PDF right here. And so this is the actual one right here. So the United States District Court for the District of Arizona. Vicky Coffey, we've actually removed her from X Leads because we don't want anyone to deal with them. But the court is suing Fast Easy Offer, DBA Keller Williams Realty Phoenix. Wow, they're suing Keller Williams. Insane. So they're basically saying that they're trying to do a punitive class action against Keller Williams for violating the TCPA Act because they're on the DNC list. They said they got numerous calls to assist her in the sale of the home, which is technically lying. So we keep going here. So plaintiff alleges that Fast Easy Offer and Keller Williams Phoenix share revenue from mass telephone call and text message marketing, that Keller Williams receives a portion of the revenue. The person who made the call and text identified themselves as Yannick. The first text read, "Hello, Vicky. This Yannick, the home buyer. Have you given up on selling your property?" The second text says, "Have you given up on selling your house?" Plaintiff did not recognize the callers as was not looking to sell her home. When plaintiff finally spoke with the caller to identify the party responsible, she provided a website link to fasteasyoffer.com, which is how plaintiff identified who they're bringing the suit to. Her complaint is saying that they are basically in violation of TCPA law. This is kind of hilarious to me. But basically, they define the legal standards here, right? They keep going. They say, well, this tells us that we're good, blah, blah, blah. And then they're analyzing it, and they're going through the whole thing, right? And it's kind of funny, kind of going through this whole thing. But, Chief Judge Zips found the plaintiff had failed to state the claim under TCPA law. District courts have considered this issue, generally found the terms solicited do not encompass call. So also, they're showing other case law to protect us. So, I mean, guys, we're so protected here. It's insanity. Like, whoever tells you cold calling is dead, it's absolutely insane to me. But they said they looked at a Texas court ruling too. District courts could have considered the issue, but generally found the terms telephone solicitation and telemarketing do not encompass calls for the purpose of offering to purchase something from the recipient, as long as they do not encourage the recipient to purchase, rent, or invest in the caller's property, goods, or services. Defendant argues that the court will follow Jansen Hunzer's lead in finding the plaintiff here failed to state a claim. And pretty much they're going through here, and the Ninth Circuit common sense approach to determining solicitation, blah, 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 blah. They're just trying to distinguish it. And the TCPA plain focus. It's all legal stuff, but pretty much why. So here's the why defendant may not be charging plaintiff a line item, invoice, or services via effective fee that is deducted from the offer price. For example, if Fast Easy Offer offers to purchase for $100,000, home for $90,000 while providing real estate services for free, that same $100,000 is a fee. I don't believe that at all. And so this is really important too. They basically said the plaintiff argues that the phone calls and text messages were sent by Fast Easy Offer, purchase plaintiff's home, then immediately resell it or reassign the purchase contract to a third-party buyers. Identify motivated home seller leads to market to third party. Numerous courts, and so they're basically talking about wholesaling. Numerous courts in the Ninth Circuit have held that even text messages that are facially informing and offer free rewards programs, which this is not a free, and they talk about Circle K and all that stupid stuff. They say, well, that is, but they said basically, no, we are not giving you a fee or service. Fast Easy Offer would ultimately charge plaintiff an effective fee. No, they're not. That's such a stupid claim. And then they give their opinions of this, right? And they'll talk about, well, defendant requests that the court dismiss plaintiff's amendment complaint entirely for failure to state a claim, but an alternate requests that the court dismiss plaintiff's claim against Keller William for failure to plead any plausible basis for liability. TCPA claim. And so let's talk about the conclusion here. When granting a motion to dismiss, a court is generally required to grant a plaintiff leave to amend, blah, 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 blah. Here, the court concludes the amendment would be futile as the plaintiff's cause of action under Section 227C. The messages sent to plaintiff cannot, as a matter of law, be considered solicitations under TCPA. The plaintiff's complaint cannot be cured and the allegation of the additional facts. It is ordered that the defendant's motion to dismiss is granted and dismissed without prejudice. So they're basically saying those text messages, even if the homeboy was a realtor, this is huge for realtors. Even if he was a realtor, it got dismissed. So this is new case law. And so now wholesalers were kind of protected. Now they're super protected. Now real estate agents are even more protected. So, wow. This is massive. I mean, guys, like the floodgates have opened. And what I'm really worried about, honestly, is I don't think it's going to happen, but it's insane to me that I feel like every real estate agent wholesaler has now got permission to back to cold calling. It really wasn't the case, but now we're good to go. And what's also very scary is I think real estate agents are going to start calling to offer to buy their house, go to the house, and then list it on the back end. This, unfortunately, the judge doesn't define that if you try to buy the house yourself and then you end up not buying it, but you list it, if that's protected or not. They didn't define that. So I feel like we're going to have a lot of real estate agents pretending to call just to buy the house. So things are getting very, very interesting. And so obviously everyone's going to be buying X Leads now because it's the only software with a built-in dialer and free skip tracing, but that is all included. So it's the only one, the built-in dialer, that is the cheapest with the best service. So it's absolutely insane. And so this law, so again, it is called, I'm going to give everyone the article here so you can actually read it. But this is insane because this is the Ninth Circuit. And so let's look at the Ninth Circuit court hierarchy in the court system. Okay. Federal hierarchy. Okay. Court of Appeals. So let's actually look at the structure of the courts so we actually understand that. All right. So federal courts map. Here we go. So let's look at the U.S. court hierarchy. So let's go to images really quick and show you. Appeals. All right, so let me show you exactly why this is so important. Now, a lot of courts have done this a lot lower, but why this is so important here is here's the current United States court hierarchy. All right, just so you understand this. Basically, what this means is we've had a lot of federal district courts protecting us, right? But the United States Court of Appeals, this is a big one. Okay, so let's talk about this. All right. So let's actually get the entire one on here. So I want to make sure that this one was in the right court. So let's look this up. All right. So as long as we look at the documents of this. So this was done on United States District Court. Oh, this is District Court? Pretty sure it was the Ninth Circuit. Let's see here. Yeah, this was done Ninth Circuit. So let's go to the bottom here. Let's see here. Oh, they're using the Ninth Circuit as basis. And so pretty much what this means is right here is where we have the protection. U.S. Court of Appeals, 13 courts. So let's look at this one right here. Again, I'm going a little nuts here on this one. But if we go to the Ninth Court, let's get here. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, right here. So Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is right here. So that pretty much makes this, let's show here. So here's the circuit court map. So pretty much right here, District 9's right here. So it's done here in Phoenix. This basically means here, and I want to make this very clear, that the only way that this court case and this case law can ever be erased is with the Supreme Court. So there would have to be a Supreme Court decision about this. Just an FYI. That's how protected we are with this. This is why we're so back here. This is why we are cruising. And so these leads are cruising for a bruise, and we're about to crush it right here. And so I'm really excited about this. So pretty much the DNC list is dead for wholesaling. And I'm so happy about it. I'm so for this. And this pretty much means that we need to start calling. And so you might say, Zach, well, what do I do now? How do I start crushing this? How do I start going out here and making money like this? Well, let me tell you the first thing I would tell you to do. All right. First and foremost, this is going to be massive. Okay. This is going to be, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. Okay. So first and foremost, what I'm going to tell you to do is I would go to freewholesaling.com. The reason I'm telling everyone to go to freewholesaling.com is I'm going to tell you right now, you need to get my list of the month. And so let me show you exactly how to get that. So if you go here to freewholesaling.com, let's go here. So welcome here to freewholesaling.com. We got 34,700 of my best friends in the community here. And all you need to do is it's all freewholesaling.com. I actually put that on the bottom so we can go join it. So how do we start calling now? Because now we're all legal, good to go, right? So all we're going to do here is go to Classroom, go to Marketing. I'm not going to click it because I don't show anything in the course anymore because it's all exclusively off YouTube. And you go to freewholesaling.com, go to the Marketing section. And what you're going to do here is you're going to go right here and you're going to download my list of the month. Now, I currently have 2 lists of the month. I'm about to release the new one, I think next week. I'm not going to tell anyone when it drops so everyone gets an advantage. But basically what my list of the month is every single month, I do what I call the list of the month. And so we got rid of the free trials and X leads because I'll be honest with you, the reason why we don't have a free trial and X leads anymore is a lot of people were doing millions and millions of skip traces, and they just kept redoing the accounts. And so we got rid of the trial to say, hey, if you want to actually use X Leads, go use it, right? Unfortunately, we're the only wholesaling software that gave out free skip traces on the trial, and it started, I think we've given out 100 million skip traces off of all of our trials, which is absolutely insane. And so it started getting abused pretty bad. And a lot of people, the cool part about X Leads is you get all the skip tracing, but the problem is you let a lot of people not paying for it use it. It got a little too saturated. So we're going to cool it off. We might bring it back. We might not. I don't know. But I felt bad that we couldn't do that, right? So what I basically did was I was pulling what I call the list of the month, which means every single month I'm going to go inside of X Leads. I'm going to pull a list of the market, and I'm going to skip trace it for you absolutely for free. And I'm going to give it to the community in freewholesaling.com. On top of that too, I'm going to have the government list of the month. And this is where I go inside here and pull a government list. I'm going to skip trace it. And I only do it on really difficult properties to skip trace or list to skip trace. And I give it to you guys for free. So it's about 5,000 and 2,000. So currently this month, I'm still getting a full 30 days. I'm pulling an absentee vacant list. So an absentee owner, high equity vacant list in Dallas County. And about 5,000 of those leads, I skip traced it. I'm giving it to you guys a cold call absolutely for free. On top of that too, because we're going to stick to Dallas, I did the Fort Worth, Texas code violation list. Now, why did I choose Fort Worth? The Fort Worth code violation list is the biggest pain in the list you can ever pull because it gives you the property address, but it doesn't give you a zip code. So we had to use special software to go find the zip codes, then import that sucker into X Leads, and then get it skip traced for you. And so I'm going to give it about 30 days, and then next month we're going to pull a new list. And that means anybody who goes to freewholesaling.com has thousands and thousands and thousands of free phone numbers. And guess what? Next month, we're going to give you some new ones. And so they're all phone numbers from X Leads. And so you can go test out X Leads skip tracing if you want. Now, these lists are getting called like crazy right now, but it's absolutely insane. And like usual, guys, if you don't have any money, Google Voice is probably where I'm going to recommend everybody go first and foremost. So Google Voice, start calling, you're good to go. Now, I'm telling you, if you actually want to use a software, I would tell you X Leads obviously is the best cold calling software. It's the best texting software too. And this court case was specifically about a call and a text. So texting's protected now too, which is absolute insanity to me. Okay. Absolute insanity. Jim, it's actually in the government list spreadsheet. So go to the government list spreadsheet. It's right there on the list of the month. And so this is pretty cool. So that means if I had a $120 a month budget, I'd spend $97 on X Leads. You get 15,000 skip traces. And then I would go into Ninja mode. You get access to Ninja mode. And I think it's about what is it? Let's see how much does X Leads cost for the dialer? The dialer is pretty dang cheap. So the dialer, you have two options on the X Leads dialer. You can get unlimited calling for a $99 upcharge for the dialer. You can buy the dialer inside of X Leads, and you can buy a triple line dialer for $150 a month inside of Ninja mode, or you can just pay as you go, which is probably really, really cheap. It's about $1 per hour. So that means if you call only 60, so you got to remember with X Leads on the dialer, a lot of people say, oh my gosh, why would I pay $1 per hour? That's ridiculous. You got to remember, it's not $1 per hour of dialing. It's $1 per hour of conversation. So let me explain this to you, right? If you are calling someone, right? Yeah, of course that is going to cost something, but if they're not connected, it's not going to charge you. So if you have a 10-minute call, you're going to be charged on the 10-minute call. Does that make sense? So let me explain this. If I'm cold calling for, let's say, 5 hours, you would think it would cost you $5. It does not, because let's say you call 5 hours and you do 300 calls, and let's say you have a 30% response rate. That means you got 90 calls. Let's say each call is 4 minutes. 3 minutes, because they answer, they say, no, I'm not looking to sell. That effectively is if you had 60 times 5 hours, 300, let's say 30% response rate, the average call is 2 minutes. So that's only going to be about 2 hours so it won't be 5, 2. So it's way cheaper pay as you go. So you can't get a cheaper dialer than that, right? So if you call 100 hours in the month, it'll probably be around 40 bucks, 50 bucks. And if you get spam, you just buy a phone number for $1. Texting, I think texting is on X Leads on the basic plan. I think I think it's $9.50 per 1,000. So it's insanity to me. So that's what I tell everyone to do. If you are going to use a system, I would definitely go out here and use X Leads. Now, right here, it's what they are per month. So it's about 15,000 records on X Leads, and then you could start using the Ninja Mode dialer, and then use Ninja Mode on the texting. You get the Pro plan; it gets cheaper to text and call, but that's pretty much it. Here's the problem, guys, and the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is like, oh, Zach's just trying to promote X Leads. Let me be straight up with you, okay? If you don't use X Leads to dial, let me tell you how much everything's going to cost you, okay? If you don't use X Leads for your calling, this is what it's going to cost you. You're going to spend $130, $100 for a free unlimited skip tracing software. You're going to have to buy a CRM for your calling. So that's $150 a month. Or you'll pay $100 a month for a dialer, and then you have to spend another. Here's the math. You'll spend about 120 bucks for some other dang software. Then you'd have to spend $100 for the dialer. And then you have to spend about $10. So you have to get 4 lines at $10. So about $40 extra per month for the phone numbers. You're going to be spending on average $260 a month. On X Leads, it's probably be about $110. And if you want a Go High Level system, okay. Oh my gosh. If you want to use another system, I'm telling you right now, if you want to use a Go High Level system where X Leads comes with a free Go High Level account, right? You're going to spend 150 bucks plus, that's almost 400 bucks. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And so go check it out. And like I always say, I'm not raising the X Leads prices. I mean, there'll be a day where I do it. Whatever price you get on X Leads, as long as you don't cancel, that is guaranteed going to be locked in for life. So it's pretty cool. I used to do $50. I used to do a $50 pretty much a month option, and then we rose the prices on it. Now everyone cries about it, but it's pretty dang cool. So if I was cold calling and I was going to actually use a dialer, pull this, do everything, I do it all inside of X Leads because it's all in one, and then I would text inside of X Leads too. So does X Leads have a triple line dialer? Yes, it does. We actually implement the wave dialer inside Ninja Mode, and you're good to go. But if you have no money, go do the list of the month. So this is why I have the list of the month. So I pull the list for you. I skip trace it for you. Use Google Voice. Call those leads. Or you can go pull a government list, which I highly recommend you do. Pull a government list. Go into cyber background checks, True People Search, skip trace in there. It's going to take you about 50, 60, 70 hours to go skip trace a decent sized list on there. And then call it yourself. Get your first deal, then get X Leads. Make it a lot easier. That's my recommendation for everybody on here. We got some trolls in today. I like it. All righty. Yeah, X Leads Ninja Mode has an option for the wave dialer, of course. So list of the month is going to be under the government list. So get the government list spreadsheet, and then in the government list spreadsheet, the list of the month will be popped up in there. So there we go. All right, see what other questions we got here. So Anika, this is actually crazy to me. Okay, so still need to get a number and get approved, which is a nightmare. Can you help us get approved? So the reason it's a nightmare for you is you haven't gone. Should I say it? I'm going to say it. Anika, the reason A2P is a nightmare for you is because you refuse to go to freewholesaling.com. Guys, you already know last Monday, I completely deleted everything out of the course and I put new stuff in there. You might not know this, and I'm not going to share my screen because I'm refusing to share anything inside of freewholesaling.com anymore. It's all hidden information. But I went to Go High Level, and I had somebody at Go High Level give an entire walkthrough on A2P to instantly get it approved. But here's the problem. You, Anika, refuse to go to freewholesaling.com, go through the X Leads course, and it's the Ninja Mode A2P approval video. It's literally 11 minutes. Just do what they say, and boom, you'll get approved. You just got to do what they say. It's insane. But Anika told me to relax. Anika, you're the one complaining. Anika exists now. So go to freewholesaling.com. The entire A2 pre-approval video, not even from me, it's from Go High Level themselves. They're the ones that are approving you or not. Boom, you're good to go. So Nika, I ain't going to relax. We got a court case to let us start cold calling again. And I'm so excited. Now we can let the realtors go in here and actually make money. The reason I'm so excited is if someone tries to sue me, I'm going to countersue. I'm so excited. I'm so ready to go. I'm so ready. Because I cold call at a pretty large level. So I was pretty scared. Remember, someone took time out of their day to sue this guy and he tried to do a class action lawsuit against Keller Williams for millions of dollars. Insane. Michael says, can XLeads billing help me with my AI SMS? Yes. So if you have any questions about your Ninja mode, billing at xleads.com. That's how we get it done. Andrea says, I'm currently spending about $260 a month for Deal Machine and Mojo. I should probably get XLeads. Andre, I'm not going to tell you what to do. Deal Machine is an amazing software. Mojo's an amazing software. But it's up to you which one you want to use. You guys it's up to you. But here, I'll tell you one thing though, okay? I'll tell you one thing. If with your current setup, I don't know how much you're calling, but at 150 plus, I mean, the thing is you could probably get an extra $100 of texting out using Ninja mode for the savings. And that means you could probably get, with your budget, you could probably get an extra 10,526 text out per month with the same cost if you used XLeads. Just an FYI. Yep, the A2P videos, it's live. It's in there. It's in there. Will we have access to the private courses in school? So, Joe, that's a great question. So I actually have a bunch of private courses inside the school group that I don't give to anyone anymore. Now, here's the thing. How do you get approval? So inside of freewholesaling.com, right, we have all these awesome courses. I actually blocked off I blocked off the employee training library, my live event recordings, Rick's probate course, Creative Finance Gold, the recorded appointment series, Digital Bandit Sign Academy, email offer generator. All the email offer generator is in the main course now, but there's recorded appointments of Rick closing subject twos and creative finance deals that no one has ever seen. Nobody has ever seen that video, except if you're in it. Now everyone's like, well, Zach, how do I get those? How do I get that? Well, this is what you do. I have it pinned on the top. So where's the bonus course? Let's see here. I don't want to show too much about this. So can we do, how do you access the bonus courses? What you have to do is you have to join the Discord and leave a review on the Discord. And the Discord's free. And then you have to go comment your review. And if you left a review, put it there, and then we'll manually add you access. I don't want too many people. I want less than 5,000 people to be in the private courses that we have. And again, it doesn't cost money. You just got to leave a review and then comment on that pinned post. And it might take a week, but you'll get your course access. So it's pretty cool. So you just got to leave a review on the WAP. The reason is we are the largest WAP for real estate. It's only been a week. And we're just trying to bring as many new people into wholesaling real estate as possible, so we can JV and just help those people out. And I've made it my mission this year to help save these day trading guys and these crypto dudes and get them inside of wholesaling real estate so they actually make money. So get the review done, leave the comment. It might take about a couple days to a week because it actually takes a decent amount of time to get it done. But overall, should be all good. So Michelle, you need so Michelle, just FYI, Michelle, you have to comment on this post. If you DM me, I have too many DMs. You see here it says plus 99. I'm getting hundreds of DMs every single day. I'm probably getting 40 an hour. So you see this comment your review if you still need access. Comment the review right here. Boom, and you'll get access to the course. You just got to comment. I know. Leave the comment, and you'll be good to go. All right, let's break this all. Let's see what other questions we have about this. Also, if you want to talk one-on-one, Let me give my one-on-one link to everyone. It's right here. Wholesaling.com. Right here. And if you want to talk to me one-on-one, you get a free coaching from me right now. Just go to StreamYard. You're right here. All righty. Let's go here. All righty. Let's break this all down. Alrighty. Alrighty, I think we're all set here. So make sure we're all good. Okay. I think y'all can hear me. All right, cool. All right, so let's go see anyone wants to hop on and talk, and let's break this all down. So Lucian says, I can log into XLeads, not the CRM. So Lucian, all you have to do is just go to ninja.xleads.com. Ninja.xleads.com. And if you didn't get the email, just put forgot password and it'll work for you. Let's see here. All right. So let's see what questions. Yeah, it's about $10. It's about some of these dialers are like $10. It's crazy. It's like $10 per line. I just think you're being gouged for money. It's absolutely embarrassing. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Zach, could you possibly explain what XLeads is? Again, I think I say it way too much. XLeads is my wholesaling software that me and Rick own. And pretty much what it does is the average wholesaler spends around $500, $600, even $1,000 per month because they have to use 7 or 10 different softwares. So me and Rick wanted to create the ultimate software, which has a dialer, a texting service, list polling, free unlimited skip tracing, CRM, a dispositions platform to find all the buyers and skip trace it, and the best data possible, comping, e-signing. I think we're the only wholesaling software that you can pull list and e-sign at the same time. It's called XLeads, and I am doing it for the cheapest price possible. And yeah, we're not trying to make money on XLeads. We're just literally trying to give it to you at cost. And the reason is I'm trying to make it the largest wholesaling software possible. And yeah, we will be raising prices, not now, but I think once we hit the largest wholesaling software, we'll probably raise the price. But the cool part about it is if you sign up now, and as long as you keep having XLeads, you'll never have the price risen on you. I mean, I'm going to have XLeads for a very long time. So even if I'm 57 years old, if you are at that $50 per month, you're always going to be at $50 per month. Let's see here. Yep, exactly. So Ani the Sensei says, how does this affect SMS? The lawsuit literally talked about SMS. You're good. As long as you're not offering to buy it, if you're not offering to sell a service, you're going to be good. This is a huge, huge lawsuit. Huge win for us wholesalers. So let's see here. All right, let's get some people going here. All righty. There we go. I like the American flag. Go Panthers! That was an awesome game yesterday. So I love the Panthers. Jose says, I've made over 200 grand learning from Zach and Rick. Awesome, man. Oh, I know Jose. What's up, Jose? Yup, don't believe it. It's true. It's federal too, federal laws, all that stuff. So I will let you know, calling old listings on Zillow to offer to list the property is still no bueno. Still no bueno at all. So, okay, I want to talk about this too. You know, this whole Apple update on the iOS of how it's going to start affecting us. Let me tell you exactly what this iOS update is. So, yes, all new iPhones are actually going to get this, and it's actually kind of crazy. But let me show you what this is. So, it's basically call screening. So, let's see here. So, here's the kind of the gist of it. So you see it. But pretty much this is what it is. So pretty much all new iPhones are going to have this on here, okay? So let's break it all down. So Apple has announced iOS 26 will have an AI-powered call screening feature. Unknown callers will be asked to state their name and the reason before the iPhone rings. You'll see their response and decide whether to pick up. Guys, everyone's been saying, oh, it's over. You can't. What do you say? He said, oh, this update will make it harder to call. Bro, are you serious? Are you serious? You got to think with your head. So what does this say right here? You're going to have to state your name and reason. Well, guess what? Guess what my name's going to be? Hey, this is Zach. And what's your reason? Well, this is your neighbor, Zach. I had a question. I think that's actually going to, here's the cool part. Somebody gets an unknown call. They have to be like, should I answer this or not? I don't know. But if they get a message saying, this is your neighbor, Zach, I have a question, or this is your neighbor, Zach, please call. My neighbor, Zach. Hello? Guys, this is probably going to increase call rates. I hope you know this. Now, the reason they're doing this, by the way, is they're trying to get ahead of AI cold calling, by the way. So we're actively trying to figure out how we can train AI cold callers to answer that question the right way, which is really dang cool. And so what I'm actually starting to do is I'm starting to record. I'm doing like an hour. So I'm going to do about an hour every single week of me just cold calling motivated sellers now, because I'm trying to get fresh information now. I don't think I have enough data. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start cold calling on X leads on the triple line dialer, and I'm going to start recording myself on a microphone, right? And I'm going to start recording myself about an hour a week. So I'll probably get 52 hours this year of recordings of me cold calling, talking to sellers. And then I'm going to use that to train the AI bot for X leads. So Brandon's so funny. Isn't that a lie because you aren't their neighbor? Brandon, what's your definition of a neighbor? I would love to know your definition of a neighbor, Brandon. Please let me know. Because let me ask you a question. Brandon, have you ever been to Canada? I've been to Canada multiple times. When I go to Canada and they say, oh, are you American? And they're like, yeah. Oh, yeah, we're neighbors. You're right there. Canadians are our neighbors. Americans are our neighbors. Oh, we are neighbors. Huh. You know what's weird, though? Mexicans, they don't say that. They never say we're your neighbors, which is absolutely hilarious to me. And so if you live in Canada and we're neighbors, well, what if we live in the same state? What if we have the same area code? We're neighbors. Here's the thing. All right. If you are, let's say you're, what's a very how do I say this the right way? Like, if you're in a place where it's not common to be with like someone in your group or something, when you find them, you're like super excited. So for example here, right? If I go and I travel to London and I'm like from Honduras and I see another person with a Honduran flag, I'll be like, oh my gosh, we're both Honduran. We're basically, we're neighbors. And you might call someone and say, oh my gosh, where are you from? And they're like, oh, I'm from Mexico. Oh, we're neighbors. It's so funny. It's absolutely hilarious. So yeah, we're neighbors, bro. All North America are considered neighbors. It's crazy. Do you have to live in the same neighborhood? Well, my neighborhood's in America. We're all, so yeah. So yeah, I'm not lying. Guys, I wouldn't say that if Canadians never said you're my neighbor. I would never do that. And I've had old people say, oh my gosh, you like, let's say I live in Miami and you live in Fort Lauderdale. Oh my gosh, we're neighbors. You're right by me. They don't say that locally. But if you go on a cruise or something and you live in Iowa and you say, oh my gosh, where are you from? I'm from Des Moines, Iowa. I'm from Iowa City. We're basically neighbors. Huh. Interesting, right? So yeah, this iOS update, guys, this makes, we're probably giving more pickups. Let me actually show what it looks like though. So here's the Apple website. Here you go. So right here. So on the phone, it's going to say, iPhone is asking the caller for their name and why they're calling. Hey, this is Zach, your neighbor. I just had a quick question. Can you answer? There you go. So it's going to say, hold this call. You'll be notified to pick up. So calls to confirm catering setup details. I mean, this is pretty cool. So I think it's like voicemail's dead, and it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, they're going to be curious. Now, the neighbors thing's the most I'd push it. Now, let me be honest with you. Don't you think some wholesalers who are kind of aggressive, they're going to say, dude, you hit my car, call me. You're definitely going to get their attention. I wouldn't do that. But with the screening, I think Apple's really, they underestimate what us wholesalers will do to get a dang call picked up. That's all I can say. All right, so let's answer some questions here. Ruby. Danielle,
Yes, hi.
how's it going?
It's going great. I have a question, not about, I guess, it's regarding wholesaling.
Of course, let me help you out.
Okay, so I'm here in Florida, and what I did was I got the list of all the water shutoffs.
Okay, we're in Florida.
Central Florida, Orlando.
There. Okay. Are you talking about Orlando, Sanford, Winter Haven?
It's Central Florida, like Altamont, Orlando area.
There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. So water shutoffs in Orange County.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Great list.
Yes. So I got that list, right? And
Mhm.
I was trying to look for, I know you was pushing at the time 1,000 free skip trace.
Mhm.
So I didn't see that you're not doing that right now, right? Still.
Nope. We gave out 100 million and then we stopped.
Okay. Okay. All
That's
right.
$10 million of skip tracing we gave out.
Okay. Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to figure out is like how I mean, I haven't did the skip tracing because I at the time I thought it was gonna be the free, but I'm going to do the skip tracing with you guys. But my question is, how do I go by like approaching? Because I know some of the people that's on the list could have been just, you know how you rent from someone else, like you can have someone else put the water bill in their name and they're really not the original person of the property, like in situations
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
Like how, like I guess I'm also trying to figure out how to filter this list so it can be profitable for when I do call.
Let me ask you a question, Danielle. All right.
Mhm.
If I shut the water off in your house, how and it's never coming back on, how long are you going to stay there?
And I'm leaving the day before.
Right? And if it's been shut off for about 30 days,
Mhm.
no one's living in that house, right? No sane person.
Yeah.
And I think you know Florida pretty well. What
Hmm.
happens when you don't take care of a house in Florida for a year? The thing gets disgusting. As
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, the grass go so
Yeah.
if the water is not going in that house, it is going to be an ugly house or something massive is happening, right? And it's ripe for the pickings. It's amazing. So it's usually a bad tenant, something like that. They're all going to be awesome. Now, Danielle, let me be honest with you.
Hmm.
You have to ask for a list of the water being shut off for the reason of non-payment.
Yeah, that's what I said.
There we go. Because if I sold my house to you, I'm gonna,
Hmm.
hey, water, can you shut off the water? Because I don't want Danielle to get free water from me. Okay. Well, they shut the water off, but they turned it on when he moved in. Right? That's stupid. You don't want that. So that's the only thing you want to avoid.
Okay, okay. So, okay, all right. And I also was trying to do the code enforcement list. It's that has been reading through each comment on the portals that they have. Like, it's a lot trying to, cipher out.
Okay, well,
At
what's the
least.
issue?
No, I mean, because I think what I'm trying to get at is like I'm just trying to figure out, like, once I do all of that, I guess my point, talking to the people as of what the right thing to say. I think that's my problem.
All right, let me. Do you have the water shut off list?
Yeah, it's actually on my
Or I'm talking about
laptop.
the. Sorry, do you have the code violation list?
No, I just go online and look at it. It's available online.
Okay, so let me give everyone actually the link for it. So Orange County is one of the easiest ones. So I just dropped the link on here right here. You can pretty much just click a button and you'll get all the code violations in Orange County. It's
Oh,
awesome.
okay,
I don't know
okay.
if you actually knew that, but
No.
basically they have incident reports. Actually, I think I can share it. Yes, I can share that without YouTube being mad at me. So here's all the open code violations. Now these are addresses on the left side. But you see
Mhm.
junk cars, lot cleaning, and
And
these
this
are
is
all
okay.
from today. This is all today. These are fresh leads.
Okay.
I would go after it now.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Okay, okay. All right. Well, oh, and also one last question. You might have answered this, but I was, busy. I came in a little bit late. I'm also a real estate agent,
Okay.
and doing the wholesaling, like, how would I be able, like, I'm trying to be able so I can separate the two. Like, I mean, when they ask if I'm a agent or whatever, I do be honest, but
Of
it's
course.
um
So
like I don't
Danielle,
want
what
it.
I would tell you to do is what I tell my acquisitions managers, because most of them are licensed, to say, hey, yes, I am a licensed real estate agent, but I am not looking to list your house. I'm not looking to provide any services for you. I'm looking to buy it for cash.
Okay. Okay. All right. I can. All right. I just wanted to be able to say the right thing
Oh yeah.
and not run people away because they think commission fees or stuff like that. So.
No, you just got it. People are going to get confused about it.
Mhm.
I'm not looking to list your property or anything like that, right? I'm just looking to buy it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Zach.
There we go. Appreciate it, Danielle.
All right. Bye.
There we go. Does that DNC list ruling apply to SMS as well? Yes, of course it does. The lawsuit literally talked about it. So also, Michelle, the angle for realtors is I'm a real estate professional. Of course, anyone who's professionally doing real estate should have a real estate license. That doesn't mean that I'm going to list your property, though. That's what I'd say if I was a real estate agent. Yeah. Francis says in the Bible. So again, this is not a biblical scholar's quote, but she says here that Jesus spoke about who is your neighbor, and a neighbor is anyone who shows compassion and helps one in need. I really like that, actually. There we go. I like it. Yo, what's going on?
What's up, man? How's it going?
I'm good, man. What's your name?
Kyle.
Kyle?
Yep.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, man. I didn't know your name on here. So
Yeah, I know. It
nice
says
to
like
meet
it
you.
says Golly Solar.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I did have a couple questions. So I'm in the Detroit market. I've been wholesaling since I've been wholesaling since I was in high school. So about a year now, about 2 years now. Um, and I really struggle with the Detroit market because it's like I know a 3 bedroom can sell for like 45,000, a 2 bed will sell for like 35,000, but it's like the margins are so slim where I really can't escape, making 5,000. I want to be able to upscale to like 15, 20,000.
This is easy, man. So do you live in Detroit?
Yeah.
Okay. Metro Detroit you live in?
I stayed in Metro Detroit. I stayed in Macomb County, and then I moved back to Detroit.
So you live in city of Detroit right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, all right, a couple things here. I don't like the city of Detroit at all for wholesaling because of that reason. Now, it's a lot harder to sell a deal in Metro Detroit, as you probably know. Now, what I'm going to tell you, which is pretty simple, is you want to do the outskirts. You still want to stick to Wayne County, but you want to do the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
So Livonia, Ypsilanti, even parts of Dearborn, they're all going to be amazing for wholesaling. And those deals aren't 45 grand. They're like 150, sometimes even 200, right?
Yeah.
So you want to do the nice areas of Wayne County. So city of Detroit's okay, I guess. But like, I mean, if I were you, Highland Park, Ypsilanti, I mean, really, Royal Oak's actually a really good one. Sterling Heights. I'm just looking at a map of good deals. I mean, really, anything to you to Ann Arbor is going to be really good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as long as you don't. Yeah, okay. I'll tell you South. I'm not really big on South. I would do Sterling Heights. So here to Sterling Heights, even Chesterfield, we're doing deals, right? Pontiac's good too. New Hudson, Green Oak's okay, but like this whole like area, amazing, dude. So
Yeah.
just don't do city of Detroit, but I'll tell you this: Ypsilanti is my favorite market.
Yeah, I was really stuck on Detroit because it's like I know it's so, like I'm from here, so I know it's so many distressed properties. I know it's like so many distressed situations, and then like I've been trying to move forward towards like the west side part of Detroit where there's houses being sold for like 200,000, 300,000. But it's like if I get a lead, it might be on the worst block entirely, and there's no value at all.
Kyle, let me be honest with you, okay? I've wholesaled my fair share of houses in really rough areas. I've had baseball bats thrown at my window. I've had over 20 pit bulls sicked on me. Okay, I have wholesaled in rough areas. I don't think you want to be. It is not fun to be doing a walkthrough on a house in a rough area. It is just crazy, and it's not even the crackheads. That's half the problem. It's a mess, man. And the amount of just stupid stuff you have to go through. So I don't think you should even be walking through rough areas. It's just not fun, dude.
Yeah.
It is not fun. And the amount of bullets that I have seen just walking around those areas, dude, is like, it's just dangerous, man. So you need to be in nice areas, dude. And so that's where I'd be wholesaling. I would say minimum 75 grand.
Okay.
Anything 75 grand or above. Now, don't get ultra luxury, but like working class neighborhood. So what I'm telling you is cheapest real estate you can find with low crime rates. So that is your intersection. Use AI to figure out those areas, but that's Ypsilanti, Royal Oak, those areas too. So cheap real estate, low crime.
And then I have 3 more questions. So right now I've been cold calling and it's been doing good. Like I can get a deal, doing cold calling, but it's just so time consuming. And then I've been in your marketing channel and I just really can't pick a marketing channel that I can stick to, digital bandit signs, SMS. I do some government lists. It's kind of hard to pull some government lists for Detroit because, I've sent FOIA requests. I've been denied plenty of times. Maybe I just need to go down there in person and do it. But I really need to branch out to a different marketing channel because I can't scale from just cold calling. It's hard for me to do it.
Okay. So do you work a regular job?
No.
Okay. So, I mean, if I were you, I'd spend every single possible moment wholesaling. But do you just not like cold calling?
I like cold calling because when I get the connection rate, I feel like the connection is there. I'm able to talk to sellers, but it's just like, always just time consuming, having to grind. And I love the grind about it, but I want to be able to go from, 1 deal a month to, 2, 3, and just keep on trying to scale from there. And it's hard to scale with just, using one dialer. That's why I do want to use X leads also so I can have a power line dialer, dial in by 3 calls.
Okay. So have you been through the new freewholesaling.com course?
Yeah, I've been in the marketing channel section, all yesterday. I watched everything all yesterday.
Okay, cool. So you probably already know what I'm going to say, but if you hate cold calling, that's fine. You can crush it doing that. So be honest with me, and I there's no problem. Do you have a car? Yes or no? Or do you have the budget for driving for dollars?
I actually just got a car yesterday. I closed a deal. I closed a deal for $5,000, and I bought a car yesterday. So it's getting fixed up right now. So yeah, so I'm kind of getting back on my feet now.
How many miles does that car have?
Man, like 100,000, 200,000 almost. Yeah.
So again, okay, as long as here's between you and me, man, I'm looking out for you, right? I don't know if you should be putting a lot of miles on that car. I mean, you should use it for the essentials, right? pick up the ladies for the date. You don't want to have a broken out car
No,
doing that stuff. So
no.
maybe not drawing for dollars, right? But okay, well, congrats on the deal. But what I'm going to tell you to do first and foremost is email blasting. I think email blasting is an amazing list. So I'm going to email blast sellers 1,000 a day. You've been through freewholesaling.com, so you should know how to do the EOG system, right? So
Yeah.
I would email blast 1,000 sellers a day, Kyle. And if you do me a favor, Kyle, if you help me out, I'll help you out. If you post that deal, like just a picture of you with the check and just inspire somebody, I will give you 20,000 emails tonight if you can do that in freewholesaling.com. If you inspire somebody, I will inspire you with 20,000 emails. Okay? And I'll pull that list for you and give it to you. How about that? Is that good?
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, my dog. I appreciate you.
Because I'll be honest with you, man. I just want you to tell your story because I guarantee there's a young guy with the same exact story that you had. It's like, wow, if Kyle can do it, I can do it.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you do that, I'll give you 20,000 emails from X leads. I'll give you the phone numbers too. I don't really care. But I think email blasting, it's just the reason is you're just going to get inbound leads. So you don't have to call, which is awesome.
Yeah. That's one of the main things too. I really want people coming to me. Like I'm cool with, marketing out there, but I know that the end goal is to have people coming to me and being able to help others. I'm dealing with another property, and it really feels good. Like this one I'm talking to a seller who has a property over in Pennsylvania, and I really feel a good connection that I'll be able to actually help her because she is in distressed times, and I want to be able to help people just like that.
Let's do it, man. So I think email blasting, you look like you got a gaming chair. Do you like gaming?
Hell yeah. All the
Dude,
time.
this is how you wholesale, right? Send 1,000 emails for the day. Okay. Go gaming. And then I know you can't pause the game, but what games do you play?
NCAA, GTA, Schedule 1. I'm trying to get back into some hockey games, but I haven't played hockey games in a long time though.
Okay. So unless you're doing Dynasty, you can't really pause it, but you're probably doing online. So yeah. I know it kind of sucks to do, but like you play your video games, you get an inbound call, you got to stop whatever you do, right? And so answer the call, then go back to playing your video games. It's so cool, right? As long as you answer every call, you're going to be good. So email blasting, inbound leads is awesome. I'm a really big fan too. If you can go and do digital bandit signs, I think you can really crush it doing that. I know for a fact you haven't been doing it.
Should I? I haven't done that.
I know you haven't.
It hurts my soul because I'll be driving in Detroit and I'll see a We Buy Cash for Homes, and it just hurts me that somebody else is working harder than me. But like, there is no excuse, honestly. I just haven't done it.
So, just do 2 a day. Find big Facebook groups in that area, and just make the post. Use AI, right? So, I mean, yeah, use AI, and I would go out here and just use that and to get some leads. That'll be pretty good. And I would use AI, get inbound seller leads from digital bandit signs. So 2 a day there, email blasting. That's just first and foremost, right? And then use Google Voice to do some texting. And I'm going to have you use your car and you're going to go to the probate court and get the probate cases. And you're going to call and text the probates. You don't have to do anything else, but just do the probates. That won't kill you. I promise you. And maybe like 40 calls a day, 50 calls a day.
Yeah, I usually do like 250 calls a day.
Perfect, man. And so just do the Wayne County probate court, and let me find case access for you.
Like the government list I pulled for the Wayne County was like a BC ticket. Do you know what that is?
No, here. Look at the private search right here. That is the court. So I don't know if you know how to do this, but if you go to case type probates, those are all the probates in Wayne County.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now.
I don't know if you know how to do that, but I do a lot of deals. And see, I might lose out 40 grand just giving that to you because I love doing probates in Wayne County. I just don't care. I just want to help you out, man. So that's how you get the probates. And I think let me see. Again, I can't share this, unfortunately, on YouTube, but I put it in the comments for everyone to see. But there's probates, there's liens on here. Oh no, this is just all probates. This is all from the probate court view. Not a lot of people have this link, but I'm giving it to everyone on the live stream because, yeah, this is the probate court viewfinder for the court information. And so as long as you want to work hard for it, you'll be good there.
All right, and then my last question, because I don't want to hold you up too long, man. Do you think it is worth it getting my real estate license?
No,
No.
no.
Okay.
You just make
Okay.
$5,000. Let's go make 10 grand a month doing what you're doing. Then you'll make 20 grand, then 30.
Okay. I got you. I got you.
There we go.
I appreciate
All
you,
right,
man.
Kyle.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you.
Boom. There we go. 5 grand. Let's double it up. Let's make 10 next month and then make 20, then 40. Keep growing. Joe, what's going on, man?
How you doing, Zach?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Doing fine, doing fine.
Awesome, man. What's going
I
on?
have
How
a
can I help you out?
I have a question about the email offer generator. It's
Okay.
very easy to set up, but it doesn't work.
Uh-oh. Okay. So probably a
Every
couple issues.
time we load in all the emails, it starts going out. Then I get an email back saying all of these emails are wrong. There's something wrong with all the emails. I've done it 10 times. Each time we send out a list, it does the same thing. So what I did to try and circumvent that, I have a skip tracer that I used to use who charges 3 cents a lead. I sent a list to him and had him send me back a list of emails, and it did the same thing. Starts going out, maybe four of them out of a list of 50 go out, and then it just stops. I get all these emails back in my email telling me that all of these are bad.
Okay.
They're bad emails. I mean, they're either Comcast.net, Gmail emails, uh, Yahoo, AOL. They all can be bad. So I can't.
No.
That's why I don't know if you've seen the text I sent. There's some kind of glitch there, something.
Okay. No
You know, I
problem.
mean, I really like the way it works, but if I can get it to work correctly, that would be great.
Okay. So a couple things we can do here, right? The one that'll probably solve most of your issues, Joe, is if you just, I hate to say it, but I would just make a brand new one and I would restart from the beginning with a brand new email. And then I would email like your friend or your like whatever, just an email that you already know works. Like, for example, if you did Zach Ginn at gmail.com, it's not going to tell you that the email is not in use because it is in use, right?
Exactly.
And so try it like that, right? I guarantee if you do Zach Ginn at Gmail, you will not, it won't say that, oh, it doesn't work. It should work.
Zach, what I've done, and not to cut you short,
Yeah, of course.
I've emailed, I put in my email, I
Mhm.
put in my sister's email. Is a friend that's on this same call, Jim, buy houses. I did it with his email. Those go through. But when I do it with a large list, they don't.
Okay.
So I know the test works. I know how it works.
Huh.
I can get 4 or 5 emails to go through, but a list of 50, 60, or 100, it doesn't.
Well, okay. So what I'll tell you to do is why don't we try to do 25 at a time and then try 50 at a time? I'm pretty sure over 100, it's going to have an issue. So let's try 50, try to send 50 at a time with the right emails, and that should work.
Like I said, I even had my skip tracer do emails for me of a list, and they don't go out. 3 or 4 of them go out, but then I get these emails saying all of these are wrong. I can send you screenshots of all of this stuff that it says. I mean, it's perfectly looking, you know.
Okay.
So I don't know what else, you know. I mean, I can try something else. I don't know what else to do.
So
know.
try to send 50 at a time.
Okay.
Try to lower the amount you do, and then try 10 at a time, and do that 10 times for 100, and then try 20 at a time, and see that should fix it. If not, you're gonna have to reset the entire thing.
Okay. Yes. The other thing I wanted to ask you about, I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the link that you have in that for probates, and because that's mainly all I do. I've been doing probate since 2013. But the link that you have in there for probates and I think it's code violations, that doesn't work. We didn't
Okay,
try it.
or-
We tried looking at it many different ways, and it doesn't hook up to the probate
So
court.
what list do you want? You want the probate list?
Yeah. In Philadelphia, if I go down to the probate court, they charge you $3 to look at a file. Not to make a copy, just to look at the file.
Okay. So
So
let me
if I'm
go
looking
through.
at 100 files, that's $300.
Okay. So let's see here. Let's get the court dockets. Court dockets. We got to do some ingenuity here, but I should be able to get it. And right here, search by calendar events, due date filed. All right, we're going to do the 8th to the 9th. And boom. You eating chips over there? All right. Yep, that's exactly what I thought. All right, so here's the link.
Somehow it's breaking up.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm going to put it in the comments here. Do you see the private chat link? That is all the court dockets. Whoa, that's loud. Okay, I just muted him. I'm sorry. Joe, sorry, I had to mute you for a second. You can mute yourself when you're ready. But basically, this is a link to all the court dockets in Philadelphia. So you can use that data, and then that's how you can reverse engineer it so you don't have to pay the money anymore. That's my best hack for you here, and that should help you out the most.
I'll try it.
All right. Awesome, man.
Thanks a lot, Zach. Appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate it, Joe. Let me know how it goes. All right.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Awesome. All righty. And then Cheryl, what's going on?
Oh, hello.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi. Yes. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. No, because I'm on that StreamYard and I'm trying to join the chat, but it wouldn't let me. I mean, the live chat, it wouldn't let me.
I think you're talking to me now.
But yeah, but I couldn't like type in there, so I don't know. But anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So no, I just have a question on because I was able to get a water shut off list in the city of Las Vegas. However, when they send it out to me, it's just all addresses, and it doesn't really. It's not filtered to show the ones that were shut off because of non-payment. So I'm not sure how to like. What can I do to make use of that list?
I mean, you should. So you should.
Because when I asked for when I requested, I asked for the list due to non-payment. But when they send it out to me and I try to look at it, because they said some of these are like have been shut off for a few weeks and then was reactivated, but there were some that are supposed to be like have been shut off permanently. But when I looked at some of the addresses, like the houses look nice and all that. So I wasn't sure if these were actually the list of those that were shut off due to non-payment.
I mean, honestly, like you should ask them, can I get the ones for non-payment? I mean, I'd go back and ask nicely. That's the first thing I would do. Have you done that?
Not exactly. Well, because when I send out the request, I say that it's the list for the due to non-payment.
Mhm.
So
They're government employees. They're not going to do any more work than they have to. So you have to be annoying.
But let's say if I have the list, and let's say it is for non-payment, but it's all addresses. So how do I have to look up each address and then get the owner's name so that I can skip trace them? Because it's just addresses. It doesn't say the name, the owner's name of those properties.
So Cheryl, it would be painful only having the address. So that's why I go back and ask, hey, can I have the complete address and the owner's name and the reason why? Nicely, because if you're like mean about it, give it to me. They're not going to give it to you because they don't need to do it, right?
Yeah.
So if you're nice with them, it'll be good.
Okay, I'll try that. Exactly. Yeah, I haven't really tried go back and ask
Yeah,
again.
that's going to be your best bet right now because the other ones are not fun. So
Mhm.
let's try to do this first. I wish I could give you a better answer, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I'd be doing it. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. There we go. Awesome. There we go. All righty. Let's see what other questions we got here. Yes, DeAndre, that's a great suggestion. So you can actually pull that data and then you could see what recent sales are if you put it into like X leads, and boom, then you can get rid of the recent sale properties on there. So cha-ching right there. Awesome. So guys, this was a massive victory today for cold calling. We all got the green light. We are back ready to take some action. And this is just an even better green light. Cold calling it was on life support with the laws and stuff. Now it is on steroids. So ready to crush it. So I'm really excited. So guys, so get cold calling. If you want to learn how to cold call, I have my whole entire cold calling modules, courses, all that stuff completely for free at freewholesaling.com. Guys, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Guys, happy calling, happy texting. Let's get